Hey everybody, it's Mr. Jones. Today we're going to do the Swab the Deck activity together. So before we get started, I need you to go grab a few things. Please print off the Swab the Deck lab paper, get some rubbing alcohol, and a Q-tip. I'll give you a few minutes to go grab that before we get started. All right, now that we're ready to get started with this lab, I'm going to read all the steps to you before we do anything. That way we all know exactly what we're supposed to do. And when we're observing or when we're explaining, we can do so without having to start the lab over or ruining any of our results. So first, let's read through these. Do this. You're going to dip the tip of a Q-tip into your rubbing alcohol. You're going to make sure that you saturate the tip of the swab, get it nice and wet. You're then going to take it and make a 1 foot wet streak across the table. Once you've done that, you're going to move on to the observe. Watch the streak for a minute or two. Describe what you see and smell. Use our lab safety rules. Don't get down and smell the liquid. Wave the air above it towards your face. Use words and pictures. Do not try to explain what happens. Just describe what you see. Describe what happens. Once you've done your observations, you're going to move on to your explanation. Explain what happened to the alcohol streak. Give your best guess. Where do you think the alcohol went? Why do you think it did this? Use words and pictures. Down to number 3. In question 2, you came up with an explanation. Now think of an alternative explanation, a different way to explain where the alcohol went. Think of how somebody else might explain it. Use words and pictures again. Then down to number 4. In questions 2 and 3, you came up with 2 ways to explain what happened. Now suppose you want to test these 2 ideas to see which explanation is better. Think of some simple experiments you could do to test both of these explanations. Make sure as you finish this up, you write up all of your answers, use complete sentences, make sure your name is on it before you turn it in. Have fun with this, observe things. I'm going to do it, so now you can watch. So I've moved over to a different desk so that we can observe this lab a little bit better. So remember, we're going to dip the tip of the swab into the alcohol. We're going to get it nice and wet, and we're going to make a 1 foot long alcohol wet streak on our table, and we're going to observe what happens.